Here's a review of this greenhouse that I bought about 3 weeks ago. I'll show you what I did right and what I did wrong. So let's just stay on the outside. The greenhouse comes with these tie-down straps. The stakes they provide are not very stable, so I replaced them with some heavy gauge landscape staples. Has a nice roll-up window. It gets too hot. I used blocks to further anchor the flaps on the sides, so just to keep rain out, etc. So you look at this mess of a floor. I started out with no blocks except for on the 4 corners of the greenhouse, and then it rained and then the ground got wet, so I started adding blocks. And then, because I did not put some paper blocks underneath this joint in the middle down here, it sagged. So in version 2 of my greenhouse, I will reset this with a complete floor made of patio blocks. That'll work a lot better. So there's another roll-up window on this side. Velcro holds it down. It's a little long, so if you pulled it all the way down to make it tight, it'll still attach just a little bit past the Velcro. I did not have any problems with the cover in terms of zipping this up when I need to. I can tell you that the instructions, I don't have them with me right now, but the instructions, there's a 3D drawing where these metal rods and connectors are indicated with letters and numbers. It can be a bit confusing. There were times I got confused on that. Some have complained about these tabs popping off easily, and I can understand that might happen. I'm going to do what others have done, and I'm going to add some zip ties and take these off. So that'll keep these racks in a more stable position. Inside the greenhouse, when you put the cover on, there are little straps here to help secure the cover to the frame. And what else? I'm looking inside here. I think that's it. So I've added, well, a couple weeks ago, I had this full of plants. Every rack had something on it, and it was colder outside. I'm in zone 6B in Ohio, 6A in Ohio. So I picked up a 1500 watt heater, and I picked up a couple of 1000 watt heaters. Long story. I got a couple temperature controllers to manage the heaters. The 1500 watt heater, you have to spend a lot more for the controllers because they don't support 1500 watts. And these controllers, sometimes reviewers would say that they couldn't handle the wattage that they were advertised for. So this is rated, I think, to like 1100 watts, and these are 500 watt heaters. So each heater goes to a separate controller. So I can control 3 different levels of heat, and I have the power coming in with a TP-Link Casa dual controller, so I can manage all this stuff from inside my house if I need to. In addition, I added a couple of thermometers. This is just a Wi-Fi, just a Bluetooth. So if I'm not home, I can't check it. Then I added a second one, which is here. This is Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, so I can check my temperature in the greenhouse from any place. That was very helpful for me managing the heat inside, because this covering on this greenhouse is really thin, so you don't get a lot of insulating on an early spring cold night. All in all, I think this is a good purchase. I'm going to leave the greenhouse up until I'm done planting everything. So at that time, I'm going to take the cover off, take the entire frame, put it into the garage, and not take it apart, because I don't want to have to put it together again. I'm not sure I could remember. So pretty happy with the greenhouse. It cost around $100 on Amazon, and I hope it lasts me at least 3 or 4 or 5 growing seasons.